morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. As usual, I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I'm up again with KLJUYP, and this is the slimline die that I'm using today. This is the honeycomb. You can see I haven't cleaned it out yet, so you can still see the yellow cardstock. But if you can get a close-up, just look at the lovely detail in that die. This is another Nicole design, and if I put it that way and hold it that way around, you can see just how big it is. I will measure it again, even though I measured it on the haul video. And this one is cut line to cut line, 8.5 inches. Some of them are actually 9 inches, but this one is 8.5, which means of course that you can layer it up onto others. Now cut line to cut line on this one is almost 3.5 inches. So some of the Nicole design dies are 9x4, so you can see this one will layer up. Now it will snip apart, or shall I say twist apart. If I put my fingers there, you can see how easy that is. You would just quite literally push and this section would come out. Now this doesn't cut out a rectangle, it cuts into the paper, which is why I left it like that. So then I've got this lovely broderie anglaise edge that will cut out, while this one will cut in. And as I said before, you can see I use yellow cardstock. I promise I will take my pokey tool and poke it all out after. Right, I've also used some Dollar Tree jot glue. I know lots of people use all sorts of fancy glues. I love the Dollar Tree glue. It works for me. Doesn't make my paper go all wrinkly or soggy or bumpy. And for $1, you know, for 8 fluid ounces, you can't go wrong. I've also used my beloved white gel pen, which I use a lot when I'm doing critters. And speaking of critters, this is the one that I've done today, and this is the MX Art Honey Bee Bear, and it comes with a little jar of honey and a little honey stirrer. I've forgotten what you call it. What's it called? That honey dipper. That's it. It's like a spiral of wood that you can just swirl around in your honey and get a big gloop out of the jar. So that's what I've used. I have used some foam pads, but I don't have them on my table. I think I've used them all up. And I've also used a pickup tool. Right, so here's what I made. There it is. If I go that way around, you can see the size of it. I've got little bits and flecks in there of glitter. This cardstock is a glittered yellow. There, I think the camera's picking that up. And I did use the blue glitter cardstock yesterday. In fact, I've got a little scrap piece here so that you can see. This cardstock from Joann's really is gorgeous. But anyway, getting into the detail of that honeycomb die, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's so, so pretty. I've used a sentiment die from my stash there, and the red cardstock. All of this cardstock is from Joann. Matches up with the little red hearts that are on the bee skep, and it's just tied in with similar shades. Look at that. I've got my finger there. My finger's covered in ink and God knows what at the moment, but look at that. You can see how tiny that is, which is why you need a little pickup tool. And I used a little bit of red pencil and stuck a little red heart on there for its cheeks, and you can see that its eyes and its nose are the white gel pen, and there's a little bit highlighted up there for its little bee-like antennae. And I used a black marker pen to colour in my bee, and I stuck that one on one of the clouds. These were spare clouds from yesterday's die, and then I put the larger bee down there. But I just think it's really, really cute. I absolutely love bees. I mean, I know they sting and everything, but you know, I'm always fascinated watching them just going around minding their own business in and out of the flowers and whatnot. I love butterflies and dragonflies as well. And I don't know if anybody else in Florida gets them when they mow the lawn, but we get these huge prehistoric looking, I think they're called saddleback dragonflies, and we probably get 300 or 400 swirling around at a time, and it's just absolutely amazing to see. And on that note, I am back out in my garden again today because I've been enjoying it. Just weeding and pruning and, you know, deadheading the flowers. That's what I love to do, crafting and gardening. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I love that bear. All links as usual below, and you have a fantastic day. Bye.